with a solo version of Spark.
I'm saturated, I'm wet with your tears. You spill so easily. In reflection, I'll see you again. Approach me, soak me. Seed, seed, grow. 'Cause it's here, it's where the air is clear, where far off things can be quite near. No repairs are needed, just a spark. Interested, you'll always be the subject that I can learn. Splendid hills, unconquerable mountains. Climb, don't ever turn back. Faith, faith, breathe. 'Cause it's here, it's where the air is clear, where far off things can be quite near. No repairs are needed, just a spark. I'm saturated, I'm wet with your tears. You spill so easily. In reflection, I'll see you again. Approach me, soak me. Seed, seed, grow. 'Cause it's here, it's where the air is clear, where far off things can be quite near. No repairs are needed, just a spark.
Marty Willson-Piper, who, like Steve Kilbey, released a solo record during the long break between the Church's last two albums.
Thunder opens its throat, it lets out the roar of rain. Soaked, I clench my overcoat and come up to see you again. Your smoothly sculptured neck, the trapped curving tongue. The cage of a mouth springs open and throws out the seeds of a sound that grow and flower, and hour after hour, blessed velvet. You whisper. to your look, your shapely arm in tears, your marzipan skin in a crystal stare, your chocolate box of fears, the load off my mind, the pointed beating pulse, stabbing instead my thumping head, this famous message false. Glowing glint, a glint wink, ice-polished silk. You whisper. You whisper.
That's lovely, that is. Marty, welcome to The Noise.
Thanks.
What's it like playing on your own at the moment instead of with the rest of the church with you?
It's really a whole different thing, you know. I mean, you don't have all that noise. Noise? You don't have all that noise behind you, you know, to sort of to pummel the audience into appreciation. You're sort of just kind of faced with having to hope people like your songs, you know, and the way you perform them just purely on your, just by being yourself. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a different thing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've been with the church for a while, and you're the one who's sort of probably the most energetic on stage. But you used to do a little bit of work on your own before you joined the church, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was a busker.
Hey.
You know, and like I think that's why I sort of feel quite confident in sort of doing acoustic stuff, because before I joined the church, I spent years, literally years, on the continent, you know, like in Geneva and Paris and West Berlin, playing songs in the street, you know. And like, you know, the thing is, you do, when you're a busker, you don't sort of do a half-an-hour set, you know, have $150 or whatever it is, and then go home, you know. It's kind of like you have to sit there for 8 or 9 hours, consistently, constantly playing till your fingers are dropping off and your throat is completely shattered, you know. And you look down, you know, there's 10 marks, you know. I mean, you know, it's not as bad as that, but sometimes it can be.
Yeah.
I mean, there is an average. Sometimes you can have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day. But I mean, I sort of gave all that up a long time ago. Although before I joined the church, when I first came to Australia, I did busk in Bondi Junction for a couple of weeks.
Well, that's all different now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're famous now. You're in a famous band that's had worldwide release. So we'll talk about that a bit later, but first we should probably talk about your album, which is about to be released.
Yeah, In Reflection it's called. It's coming out on Chase Records.
You've been working on this for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah. Started it 4 years ago.
4 years?
No,
Why has it taken so long?
See what it was, first of all, it's a 4-track demo album. The whole point of me releasing this record is because it's songs which maybe if I even recorded them again in the future, I think that the way that I got them down when I did them, I think they captured something. They captured a feeling which I don't think I'm ever going to get ever again, even if I recorded them in a big expensive studio or whatever it was, you know. So it's kind of like I'm not releasing a record, I'm releasing a feeling, you know, and that's what so I'm releasing this booklet with it too, which explains all the tracks, how I recorded them, and all the instruments that I used, and it's just this kind of like do-it-yourself package for people to sort of. I just think it's an interesting concept, you know, just to sort of say, look, you know, here's a 4-track machine, and this is some of the ways that I did it, and you don't need all this $75,000 budgets to make great music, you know.
Yeah.
I think music's gone all out of proportion these days. You know, records cost millions of dollars, you know, to make, and film clips and all that stuff. And I really honestly can say that it doesn't make the music good or better than if it was done really cheaply, you know. And this thing that I'm releasing, I hope
I mean, you know, I hope people like it, you know. I hope that they can see that it's nothing to do with money and how I recorded it. It's to do with feeling. And I think this record has it.